to another album review. Today is going to be the last review in Demon Hunter's discography. I'm going to be reviewing Extremist by Demon Hunter, which is their 7th release. It was released about 3 years ago. And so this album is one that has grown on me. Let's go track by track, talking about each song in depth. And we're going to start off with track 1, which is Death. And this is a really good one. This is one that is probably the shortest track on the album, clocking in at 2.5 minutes long. And it has a 40-second intro with these kind of chants in the background, these kind of like foreign chants. And then I finally found out what they meant, and it's really just the word death and 3 other languages. And so it's pretty cool. It kind of builds it up nicely. It's such an energy-packed, short headbanger, you know, and it boldly opens this album. And it has some of Demon Hunter's most extreme lyrics, and this whole album has very intense lyrics, hence the title, Extremist. The screams, they sound really intimidating and very angry, and the guitar in the chorus that is following along with the screams sound really catchy. Like, I'll get that one little riff stuck in my head most of the time. Track 2 is Artificial Light, and this is probably my favorite from the album because it's another heavy one. It's not as heavy as Death, but it's just a beast of a song, and the melodic intro just gets me excited for what's to come. I mean, you could not have picked a better song to make a single than Artificial Light. The catchiness and heaviness is balanced so well in this track, and the lyrics here are talking about other bands who say they have like a positive message, but Ryan Clark doesn't really seem to buy it. It doesn't seem genuine. The chorus is pretty simple, but it's so effective in its kind of medium-paced delivery. With the amazing solo in the bridge, this track has virtually no flaws. Track 3 is What I'm Not, and this is a pretty unique Demon Hunter song. It has kind of a straightforward rock attitude to it and a very steady-paced, entertaining, consistent rhythm. I really love the amazing chorus, and Ryan's cleans are pretty great, and they have an anthemic quality to it. And overall, it's a song that's pretty easy to sing along to. They pull it off really well, and they make it very compelling. Track 4 is Last One Alive, and this song shows Ryan just kind of declaring that he would rather be the last Christian alive than abandon his faith. And it's a radio-friendly ballad. There's a very calm, gentle, almost apocalyptic approach to the verse. And because Ryan is singing, Did Anyone Survive, you know, and that kind of makes me think of like an apocalypse, it kind of gets this setting in my head. I don't know why, but I imagine kind of like a dark cave. And I imagine just like smoke in the air, and like Ryan is just like kind of lying there like, did anyone survive what just happened? I don't know, that's just kind of the imagery this song kind of makes me think of. Overall, by the time the song ends, I'm usually sick of the chorus because it is repetitive. It's kind of the same thing over and over. I would complain about the overproduction of Ryan's voice, but it makes sense why they did it like this because the song is so big and the chorus is just huge. Track 5 is I Will Fail You, and this is another ballad. If you know me well at all, you know that one of my biggest pet peeves with albums is putting 2 ballads right in a row in the track listing. And so they just did that. You know, at least they're good ballads. And I think that this one does outshine Last One Alive, no doubt. This one is softer, and I actually remember hearing this song about a couple years ago on my brother's Pandora. I remember really liking it, and I also remember kind of liking the album cover, but kind of like thinking it was weird. I'm glad that it's probably their most popular song, because it really deserves to be. After quite a few listens, it really just sunk in how brilliantly this catchy song was written. Because this song is talking about the inevitable truth that humans are imperfect. And the chorus features these kind of low-pitched, calm vocals from Ryan and a very just slow, gentle atmosphere. The solo in the bridge is pretty good. You'll notice that this is a big trend on Extremist, and I do like guitar solos, but I feel like If the other instruments are doing virtually nothing and just kind of playing muted random guitar chords, I find it kind of boring. The biggest issue with I Will Fail You, I think, is that I wish the last chorus had kind of more of a vocal climax, like a build-up. Now, track 6 is One Last Song, and this is really where Extremist starts to go downhill. Even though the quick pace, you know, classic Demon Hunter verse is compelling and everything, with the whole opening line, what is it? Like, I've got fire inside me, fire burning inside me or something, it's like, ooh, it gets you kind of pumped. Just that one line. It really just demands that you listen. And then the chorus just kills everything with its lackluster melody. There's really nothing that stands out about it too much. The lyrics are okay, and the biggest thing that I do like about the song though is the breakdown in the bridge. I think that it kind of, you know, changed the tides really nicely. Track 7 is Cross to Bear, and this finally needed to happen in Extremist. There needed to be another blistering, just face-melting heavy track. Unfortunately, I wish I liked it more than I did, because I heard that this was like a heavy track. I don't know. I mean, it is good, don't get me wrong. The chaotic guitar riffs are welcomed, and the lyrical message about foolish people who think their life is hell. Yet, what Ryan is saying here is that no one has even come close to suffering as much as Jesus Christ did when he died on the cross. That is the idea being presented here. The chorus really should have had a better guitar melody to back up Ryan's screaming. Other than that, the chorus actually might be the most memorable part of this heavier track, because in the chorus, Ryan is screaming over and over, "Not one of you bastards has a cross to bear." Very intense lyrical content here. It's a pretty good one overall. It's not True Defiance good, but it's still good. Track 8 is Hell Don't Need Me, and this is one that I kind of found boring. The part of the song that does shine the most, I think, is the pre-chorus, where the steady kind of melodic progression with like kind of a rock guitar. It's very calm and very reserved, and I do think that pre-chorus is nice. I do really like listening to the guitar part in it for some reason. And it transitions back into a dark kind of guitar chord smoothly. You know, honestly, I do think that the chorus would be good if Ryan gave it the energy it needed, but he kind of sounds half dead here, I think. And the solo ends up being kind of boring because the guitar solo is exactly what I described earlier as my issue with some guitar solos, is that the background, there's just nothing. It's like you have the guitar doing the solo, but then the rhythm guitar is doing virtually nothing, and literally they're like completely muted guitars and the drums are doing like nothing. And it's like, I don't think it's very enjoyable overall. One last thing I have to point out that kind of bugged me about this song. What's up with Demon Hunter's freaking grammar? Hell Don't Need Me? What? Track 9 is In Time, and let me say that this track has so much wasted potential it almost hurts me inside, because, okay, I'll explain what I'm talking about. So, traveling through this song, we start off with the intro, and the intro has a very infectious guitar riff, and Ryan sounds full of energy here. The chorus comes, and then the tempo is slowed way down just all of a sudden. The good thing is the chorus melody is pretty catchy. Like, I can just think of it, I can remember exactly how the chorus goes. The only thing is I feel like it didn't fit this song. I feel like it ruins the flow of everything. I do have to applaud the ending of this song though, where the song transitions from kind of a fading chorus into 2 or 3, I think it's 3 acoustic guitars just kind of playing the chorus over and over, and it is very relaxing. It's really a pleasure to listen to the ending here. Track 10 is Beyond Me. Beyond Me is one of those songs where there's really nothing that can save this from oblivion. If you really thought In Time was boring, this will easily take the cake for the most boring Demon Hunter song I think I've ever heard, actually. The thing is, the verse is alright. It's not too horrible, and the pre-chorus shows Ryan really showing off his vocal abilities and just his powerful singing voice. And then, I can't lie you guys, the same exact thing happens with this chorus. It is a killjoy. It just kills everything. It kills all the fun in this track that might have been there. I feel like this chorus is far worse than In Time's chorus because it's not even catchy. It's just kind of there. I forgot to mention the bridge though, where it had a face melting, really well done solo, but it doesn't fit the chorus at all. Okay, so track 11 is Gasoline, and this song saves Extremist. I feel like it saves the second half of this album because it makes it to where it's not completely just throwaway filler tracks. Because this is not a filler track. I see that they approached this song like they did on I Play Dead from Summer of Darkness. I Play Dead has gotta be one of my favorite songs, not even just by Demon Hunter, but of all time. And so I do welcome this kind of structure. The sliding guitars in the verse are pretty good, and then the craziest part of the song is that the chorus is very heavy, and then the verse is soft. I very much prefer it this way though, because I don't like how In Time and Beyond Me had heavy verses and soft choruses. I don't like that because the verse is supposed to build up toward the chorus. And when the chorus is softer, like that much softer than the verse, it really just kind of defeats the purpose of everything. So I think that the guitars are the main highlight of this song all the way through. They have attitude, they have personality, they have character, and it really carries it well. Track 12 is Heart of a Graveyard, and this is the closing track. It does have a pretty catchy synth in the intro, I will give it that. Again, Demon Hunter chooses to close their album out with a power ballad. I should be thrilled, right? Because don't I like power ballads closing out Demon Hunter albums? I do, but I'm not thrilled. Let me explain why. I honestly think that this is one of the dullest ballads the band has written. The verse kind of drones past without a second thought, and the pre-chorus does have some head-turning vocal melodies, but the chorus is just okay, you know, it's alright. There's nothing really wrong with it, but there's nothing that great about it either. It just seems kind of predictable. There's nothing really that stands out about this. The bridge is pretty short. I think that the biggest issue with Heart of a Graveyard is the ending. It just drops off immediately after the chorus. Let me tell you, the last chorus comes, as soon as it ends, it just drops. There's no fade out, there's no transition, there's nothing. And I don't understand that. Why would you close an album out with a track that just ends all of a sudden? It should have ended more carefully and more gradually, and maybe I would like Heart of a Graveyard more because then it would serve its purpose of being a closer track. And overall, when I first listened to this whole record, I had kind of wondered what's wrong with me because everyone seemed to love Extremist. I really don't see Extremist get a whole lot of negative or even mixed reviews. Everyone seems to like it a lot. Even though it has grown on me, and even though there are some pretty excellent tracks on here like Gasoline, Artificial Light, and Death, and the predictable kind of simplistic choruses don't really add much. And not to mention tracks 8, 9, and 10 are some of their weakest material, I think. I think they were all kind of boring in some way, which makes the album kind of hard to get through. Basically, there were some pretty great tracks on here, but there were far too many fillers for me to give it too great of a score. So I would have to give Extremist by Demon Hunter a light 7 out of 10. And so that is my review of Extremist by Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter reviews are ending, guys. This is the last Demon Hunter review. What did you think about Extremist? Did you like it? Were you kind of disappointed in it? Or did you think it really delivered with its kind of older lyrics but softer musicality? What did you think of this record? I want you to tell me in the comments and leave me any suggestions that you have for future album reviews because I'm open to suggestions. And thanks for watching and see you in the next video.